Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In a bombshell admission that has sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives fans and sparked a flurry of emotional reactions online, Kody Brown, the father of the once unified Poly family, has now admitted what many have long suspected: his love for his daughters is unequal. After years of defending his relationships and family dynamics, Kody's remarks have exposed a truth that his children, ex-wives, and devoted supporters cannot ignore. This visceral and shattering confession was more than simply a passing word or emotional outburst. It was a moment of heartbreaking clarity that seemed to finally justify the Brown family's long-held suspicions of neglect and favoritism. With cameras rolling and millions watching, Kody's admission felt like a betrayal wrapped in honesty, and the emotional impact cannot be exaggerated. Kody's expression shifted drastically during a recent sit-down, in one of the most sensitive scenes ever taped for Sister Wives, when discussing his ties with his many children. With 18 children from 4 marriages, some now adults distant from him, some still holding out hope, Kody didn't sugarcoat reality any longer. He glanced away for a time, sighed deeply, and replied, "I don't love them equally. I wish I did, but I don't." The hush that ensued was deafening. It wasn't just an emotional realization, it was a generational wound ripped open. The weight of those words shattered the facade of equilibrium he had so frequently attempted to project, showing a man torn between families, loyalties, remorse, and possibly even resentment. The fissures have long been obvious. Fans of Sister Wives have noticed that Kody's bond with Robyn's children appears to be stronger and more consistent than that of many of his own children, particularly those from his relationships with Christine, Janelle, and Mary. His absence during significant life events, his perceived disinterest in specific children's milestones, and the emotional and even physical distance he maintains during critical family crises all present a concerning picture. But hearing it from Kody's own lips, a man who previously prided himself on being a present father, was shocking, painful, and, for some of his children, potentially unforgivable. Garrison Brown, for example, expressed his tremendous anguish before his terrible death, describing Kody's preference as a chronic wound. Gabriel, another of Janelle's sons, broke down during a previous season while telling how his father ignored his birthday during COVID, preferring to focus on Robyn's household regulations and safety. And then there's Christine's son, Paydon, who has openly discussed feeling like a second-class citizen, someone forced to compete for scraps of attention in a system rigged in favor of Robyn and her children. These aren't minor complaints, they're the sobs of children who have felt emotionally abandoned, even as cameras rolled and the world watched a happy plural family gradually crumble. Kody's confession begs the difficult but important question: is it even feasible to love and parent 18 children dispersed over 4 different households? For years, Kody attempted to persuade the world that plural marriage provided more love, support, and strength. But today, with his family fractured, 3 wives gone, and only Robyn at his side, that story seems like a cruel fantasy. We are left with the reality of an overwhelmed man who, by his own admission, failed to give his affection evenly. It's a confession that goes beyond personal failure to indict the entire institution he once believed in. Mary, Christine, and Janelle have all spoken openly about Kody's changing loyalties, not just romantically, but also parentally. Christine, in particular, stated that she frequently felt she needed to fight for her children to receive any attention from their father. She remembers birthdays being skipped, phone calls going unanswered, and her children learning to expect disappointment from their father. In her painful words, "They started asking me, is Dad even coming this time?" Janelle expressed similar sentiments, stating that while she attempted to keep the peace, she could no longer ignore how much her sons were wounded by Kody's absence. Mary, who had always been quiet and restrained, eventually acknowledged that her own child, Leon, had long periods of emotional isolation from their father, which deepened as the Brown family's cohesiveness dissolved. However, the influence of Kody's uneven love has spread beyond his family's emotional terrain, becoming a societal conversation. Following the episode, fans debated whether Kody's admission was refreshingly honest or plain nasty. Some congratulated him for finally revealing the truth, for being brave enough to express what many large family dads may be secretly feeling. Others were angry, calling his remarks cold, selfish, and devastating. Reddit threads, Twitter hashtags, and TikTok videos flared up as fans debated the ramifications, with one viral tweet reading, "Imagine being one of Kody's kids and hearing that your father doesn't love you equally on national television. That is not honesty, it is emotional pain presented for ratings." There is also rising concern about the implications for future generations. How do children recover from learning that their father, who raised them in a household that was supposed to be about unity and abundance, views them on a sliding scale of affection? How will this influence their personal connections, sense of self-worth, and ability to trust? Some of Kody's older offspring, like T. and Aspen, have started families of their own. Many fans worry if they will strive to be the polar opposite of their father, or if the emotional inheritance of being less loved would shape how they view motherhood. Robyn, who is widely regarded as the core of Kody's present emotional life, has not publicly addressed his claims. But her silence speaks volumes. Robyn, who is known for carefully maintaining her public image and avoiding family feuds unless directly challenged, may be under more strain than ever before. After all, if Kody's affection is perceived as unequal, and the scales appear slanted in favor of her children, it reflects not only on him, but also on her position in this family dynamic. Critics claim that Robyn contributed to this emotional imbalance by not urging Kody to be more present for his other children. Supporters argue that she may have tried and failed, trapped between protecting her children and saving her marriage. Either way, the harm has been done. Kody's admission cannot be undone or brushed aside. It's become an indelible part of the sister-wives' legacy, a moment that crystallizes the emotional breakdown of a family founded on promises of equal love and mutual respect. His remarks will reverberate in every subsequent incident, family reunion, and birthday or holiday when a youngster feels his absence more than his presence. While some may argue that all parents have favorites, Kody's stark honesty made it tough to ignore. This discovery could be the final nail in the coffin for his chances of reconciling with his estranged children. It also raises issues about Sister Wives' viability as a show. What will the following season look like when the Patriarch admits he cannot love all of his children equally? How do producers frame this? Can the show proceed without dealing with the emotional consequences of such statement? More importantly, should it? As watchers, we've seen the Brown family's highs and lows, weddings, babies, breakups, and heartbreaking one-on-one interviews, but nothing has hurt as hard as this. Kody's revelation serves as a sharp reminder that, while reality television is frequently dramatized for entertainment purposes, it can nonetheless provide moments of naked humanity. Moments that cause us to contemplate, criticize, empathize, and, occasionally, recoil. In the end, Kody Brown may have thought he was brave for expressing his truth. And perhaps he was. However, for his children, who have previously felt forgotten or neglected, his remarks may be less about honesty and more about confirmation that their grief was real, that their concerns had answers, and that the guy they formerly called dad may never have seen them in the same light. And now neither will we. Kody Brown, the star of Sister Wives, has been heavily attacked for his bias for Robyn. It is commonly believed to be the primary reason Christine, Mary, and Janelle left him. Aside from his love for Robyn, many people have questioned Kody's lack of concern for his children from his ex-wives. Some fans are also calling him out after the latest teaser of Tell All, in which he admits to not loving his children equally. Continue reading to see the debate. Sister Wives, what can we expect from the Tell All? TLC recently published a peek for Sister Wives Season 19's forthcoming Tell All episode. It includes dramatic sequences with Kody, Robyn, Christine, Mary, and Janelle. The network captioned the video, "The Browns reflect on where they've been, and where they go from here." One of the tapes included Kody claiming, "I never loved them," followed by a film of Christine adding, "That was a lie." Mary and Janelle also began to criticize Kody and Robyn's unfair relationship. Mary, frustrated, told Sukanya that they all had to be Robyn in order to be treated equally. Aside from his ex-wives, some followers are criticizing Kody for implying that his love for the children was never equal.